Good morning, all of you. You all are welcome in the e-learning classes of the Sacred Heart School. Today in this video, we will discuss about the electrochemical aspect of the redox reaction. Up to my last video, we have done the various methods of the balancing of the redox reaction. But today in this video, we will discuss how we can find out the generation of the electricity is taking place whenever a redox reaction is completed in a beaker, and this complete estimation known as the electrochemistry of the redox reaction. And first of all, to study the electrochemical aspect of the redox reaction, we have to study how the redox reactions can be classified. On the basis of the complete analysis of the redox reaction, we will conclude that the redox reactions can be classified in the two categories. The one category is there where the redox reaction is taking place in a common beaker, while on the other side, the second type of the redox reaction is that in which the reduction as well as the oxidation is taking place separately in the two separate beaker. And whenever the redox reaction is taking place in a common beaker, means reduction as well as the oxidation is taking place together in a beaker, the redox reaction known as the direct redox reaction. On the other hand, the second type of the reaction is that if in a beaker the oxidation is taking place, in another beaker the reduction is taking place, and this type of the reaction known as that is the indirect redox reaction. And the beaker where the oxidation is taking place, that known as anode beaker, and while on the other side where reduction is taking place, that known as cathode beaker. And whenever a wire is connected between this anode beaker as well as cathode beaker, then the migrations of the electron is taking place, and this electron migration is responsible for the generation of the current. So now in this video we will discuss how the current is generated whenever the indirect redox reaction is taking place. The branch of chemistry which deals with the study of this electrochemical aspect of the redox reaction, that known as the electrochemistry, and first of all I am taking a very simple reaction by which you can understand what is the meaning of the term oxidation as well as reduction. This is the zinc, and when this zinc is added in a acidic medium, this 2H positive ion is coming from any acid, and this acid may be H2SO4, this acid may be HNO3, and this acid may be hydrochloric acid. Whenever the zinc is added to the hydrochloric acid or the sulfuric acid, and now the reactions is taking place like this. This is zinc, this is H2SO4, and they will combine to form ZnSO4 plus liberation of the H2 gas take place. So this reaction is a very simple single displacement reaction where zinc displaces the hydrogen from the sulfuric acid. Okay, now we will assign the oxidation number of each and every participating atom in this chemical reaction. This zinc is present in the native form, so their oxidation number is taken as 0, and this is the H positive ion. You know, for the ion the oxidation number is equal to their charge, and this is the zinc ion, so their oxidation state is +2, and this is the H2 molecule and their oxidation status is taken as 0. So in this complete reaction what is happening, the oxidation number of zinc is increases from 0 to +2. The oxidation number of the zinc is increases by +2 from 0 to +2. So this is the step of the oxidation. while in the other side, from this segment, this H positive ion is converted to the H2, and this is the example of the reduction. So this is the oxidation, and this one is known as reduction. What is reduced is called, that is oxidizing agent, you know very well. And what is oxidized, that known as reducing agent. So the H positive ion oxidizes zinc by taking electron from it, so it can act as an oxidizing agent. When on the other hand, zinc is said to be reduced, so it can be said to be the reducing agent. So in this way you can easily understand the concept of the oxidizing as well as reducing agent in a specific chemical reaction. Now, for the generation of the electricity, now we are taking one simple example of the electrochemical cell. This electrochemical cell are basically responsible for the generation of the electricity. Whenever any compound is taken in the beaker, then the current generation is taking place due to the movement of electron from one beaker to other beaker. This type of the complete setup that known as the electrochemical cell. This electrochemical cell is made up of the two specific beaker. In the one beaker we have taken, this is the zinc sulfate solution, where zinc electrode is added in the beaker. On the other side we are taking here the copper sulfate solution, and the copper electrode is added in the beaker. As these two electrodes are connected with the help of one wire and one galvanometer, you can add in the middle of this wire. On the other side, a U-shaped tube is placed, and this U-shaped tube known as salt bridge. And this salt bridge is responsible to complete the circuit of this complete setup of the electrochemical cell. Is it clear? You know, the reactivity of the zinc is more than the copper. So this zinc is the stronger metal, and this zinc having the more tendency to lose electron. So what is happen in this beaker? Particularly in this beaker, what will happen? And first of all, the zinc atom which are coming from this electrode undergoes the oxidation. The zinc loses electron from this electrode and liberate their electron. And the same property, the copper also have a tendency to ionize itself. But the rate of ionization, the rate of dissociation of the zinc ion is much faster than the copper ion. So after some time, what you will notice, that is that due to the faster rate of the zinc ion dissociation, at this particular end, the number of electrons increases rapidly. Number of electron increases rapidly on this zinc electrode. On the other side, at this particular end, the electrons start migrating from this side to this side. Whenever the abundant electrons start migrating from this side to this side, and now this copper sulfate start dissociating, and this copper sulfate dissociate to form this copper ion as well as sulfate ion. So now in this beaker, what is happening? The electron liberated from this beaker means oxidation is taking place. In this particular end, the copper ion have to take the electrons, and copper start depositing on this copper electrode. So after some time, what you will notice, the thinning of this zinc electrode take place. On the other hand, the thickening of the copper electrode is taking place, as well as this copper sulfate also dissociate to form the cupric ion as well as the sulfate ion. So the complete migrations of the electrons is taking place from this side to this side. And so in this beaker, the oxidation is taking place, and in this beaker, the reduction is taking place, and this type of the redox reaction known as indirect redox reaction. So against the movement of this electron, the current start flowing from this side to this side. So this is the direction of the current that you can notice particularly in this half cell. So now again we will discuss what basic assumptions we have to apply for this type of the redox reaction. The beaker, where the concept of the oxidation is taking place, that always known as oxidation half cell. The beaker where reduction is taking place, that known as reduction half cell. So this is the two beaker particularly, and in this two beaker oxidation half cell, and the other one that known as reduction half cell. The oxidation half cell also known as anode, while the reduction half cell also known as cathode. And now we will discuss about the significance of this salt bridge. This is the U-shaped tube which is placed between the two electrodes, and in these two electrodes particularly, now what will happen, as the two electrodes, these U-shaped tube is added between these two beaker. इसका basic purpose क्या होगा, and this salt bridge is responsible to connect the external circuit. इस U-shaped tube के अंदर you have to fill some of the electrolyte like as NaCl, like as KCl or any other ionic compound. But this is the U-shaped tube. If you will invert this tube, and all the chemical drain out from this U-shaped tube, but it's never taking place like this. Why it's so? Because we have to incorporate one gel inside this U-shaped tube. How this gel is created? And first of all, in this U-shaped tube, we have to take the NaCl solution, and we have to add the agar. And you know what is agar? Agar is a kind of the exudate. Agar is a kind of the secretions that liberated from the surface of some algae. And you know the algae, the kind of the plants, that primitive plants, and these algae liberate some secretions under extreme unfavorable condition, and these secretions having some agar content. Whenever this agar is added to the NaCl, so now this whole NaCl is converted particularly in a form of the basically gel. So now what will happen? What was happening in this beaker? The zinc atom dissociate itself and forming the zinc ion and electrons. All the electrons start moving from this side to this side. What was happening there? The copper sulfate dissociated and dissociate to form this cupric ion as well as sulfate ion. All the cupric ion start depositing on these electrodes. Why the cupric ion start adding on this electrode? Because electrons are coming from this side to this side, and this cupric ion has to take the electrons, and they start depositing on the copper electrodes. So now in this beaker, only the zinc ions are left. In this beaker, only the sulfate ions are left. Whenever the concentration of the zinc ion in this beaker increases up to the optimum level, now what will happen? The zinc ion having the positive charge and migrating electrons from this side to this side having the negative charge. And now abundant zinc ion, when these zinc ions formed in this beaker, and these zinc ion exert some force of attraction of all migrating electrons. On the other hand, at this particular site, only the sulfate ions are left, and these sulfate ions having the negative charge. So as the electrons come from this side to this side, and these sulfate ion apply the force of repulsion. So due to this attraction of the zinc ion and due to this repulsion of the sulfate ion, and you will find some interruptions. You will find some interruptions of the movement of the electrons. And if interruption is taking place, this current generation also affected. So in this way, the complete phenomena of the movement of electron is affected badly. So immediately we have to stop the force of attraction of this zinc ion. We have to stop the force of repulsion of this sulfate ion. And for this purpose, this U-shaped tube salt bridge is added in this beaker. And this salt bridge internally having the cation and anion, and all the anions form this salt bridge, and basically, so particularly what will happen in this beaker, all the zinc ions can combine with the chloride ion coming from this salt bridge. The Cl negative ions come from this side to this side in beaker, and this Cl negative ion combine with this zinc ion and form the neutral compound ZnCl2. In this particular site, to overcome the sulfate ion concentration, the Na positive ion come from this side to this side. As this Na positive ion come in this solution, and it will combine with the sulfate ion, and it can form the sodium sulfate. So in this site, the zinc ion concentration can be easily overcome by chloride ion, and in this beaker the sulfate ion concentration can be overcome by the Na positive ion. So now the steady movement of the electrons is taking place from this anode to cathode, and against this movement, and what you will notice, the current start flowing from this cathode to anode. So in this way, this salt bridge play a very important role in this complete movement of the current generation in this redox reaction. So this is a very important part. So what are the basic functions of salt bridge? एक तो ये आपका एक्सटर्नल सर्किट को पूरा कर रहा है, दूसरा स्टेडी मूवमेंट ऑफ करंट को जनरेट करने के लिए इस सॉल्ट ब्रिज को आपको पर्टिकुलरली यूज करना पड़ेगा। इस सॉल्ट ब्रिज को कैसे प्रिपेयर किया? आपने सबसे पहले कोई भी इलेक्ट्रोलाइट ले लिया, like as NaCl, like as KCl and any other ionic compound, and then in this NaCl and ionic compound you have to add some quantity of the agar. And what is agar? I have told you. So in this way the gel form is salt bridge is added particularly in this beaker, and that's why this becomes very important for us. In this way the steady movement of electrons is responsible for the generation of the electricity. So what I am concluding here, and basically the indirect redox reactions play a very important role for the movement of the current. All type of the cells that we are using nowadays, which may be the dry cell, which may be the mercury cell, which are used in the watches, and the dry cell we are using in the remote and this wall clock, and many other form battery we are using in the home in a form of the inverter, and basically all these devices are the advanced form of this electrochemical cell. So this is the most primitive type of the electrochemical cell where reduction and oxidations are taking place separately in the two particular half cell, and that's why this component becomes very important for us. And this was the complete electrochemical aspect of the redox reaction. So now what you will explain some basic assumptions for this electrochemical cell. Few more points you have to add here. This is the anode, and in this anode the zinc ions are generated, which remain in this electrolyte solution, and all the electrons generated come from this side to this side. This anode is said to be electron rich because abundant electrons are formed in this anode. On the other side, this is the cathode, where what was happening, all the cupric ion that was coming from this solution, and these cupric ion gain the electrons from which are coming from this anode side, and these electrons are consumed here. So what you will conclude here, this is the side where abundant number of electrons are present, and this is the side where electrons always consuming. So the deficiency of the electrons remain in this particular beaker, and this is the site where abundant number of electrons are generated. So this electrode is said to be electron rich, and you know electrons having the negative charge, and so this electron retain the negative charge, and while on this side the deficiency of electron is maintained, so this electrode is said to be electron deficient. And the electrode where abundant number of electrons are there, that known as negative pole, and on the other side this is a particular site where the deficiency of electron is maintained, that known as the पॉजिटिव पोल. तो आपने बैटरी के दो पोल देखे होंगे, वन पोल नोन एज पॉजिटिव पोल एंड वन साइड नोन एज नेगेटिव पोल. तो हाउ दिस पोल्स कॉन्सेप्ट कैन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड, तो दिस पार्ट आई एम टेलिंग हियर. तो आपका जो बैटरी का सेल का प्लस पोल होता है वो एक्चुअल में एनोड होता है, और जो बैटरी का नेगेटिव पोल होता है वो एक्चुअल में एनोड होता है, और जो बैटरी का पॉजिटिव पोल होता है वो एक्चुअल में कैथोड होता है. तो कभी भी कंफ्यूजन नहीं रखना है. एनोड एंड कैथोड इज अ सेपरेट थिंग एंड नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव पोल इज अ सेपरेट थिंग. वेयर द साइट वेयर द ऑक्सीडेशन इज टेकिंग प्लेस, आपने उसको एनोड कहा था या फिर ऑक्सीडेशन हाफ सेल कहा था, या फिर आप उस पर्टिकुलर साइट को नेगेटिव पोल भी कह देंगे. ऑन द अदर हैंड द साइड वेयर द रिडक्शन इज टेकिंग प्लेस, आपने उसको क्या बोला, रिडक्शन हाफ सेल, आपने उसे क्या बोला, कैथोड, या फिर उस पर्टिकुलर साइट को आप पॉजिटिव पोल भी कह दोगे. So this electrochemical cell is a basic important application by which you can current generation, you can generate the current particularly in this cell. So now you have learned, क्या क्या आपने पढ़ लिया कि कैसे redox reaction करंट जनरेशंस के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होती है. अगर ये redox reaction ना हो तो करंट का जनरेशन हम नहीं कर सकते. So this complete study of the generation of the current in this indirect redox reaction, that known as electrochemistry of the reaction, and और जो डिटेल applications हैं वो आप coming class 12th में भी पढ़ेंगे in the unit electrochemistry. And this year you will also study how you can study the concept of the करंट जनरेशन एंड व्हाट इज द इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल. तो अब जो अपकमिंग टर्म हमारी आ रही है, दैट नोन एज इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल. एंड व्हाट इज इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल? द टेंडेंसी ऑफ एनी इलेक्ट्रोड टू लूज द एटम, टू लूज द आयंस, the tendency of any electrode to gain the ions, or tendency of the any electrode towards to remain neutral against the all upcoming ion. This tendency can be measured in term of the electrode potential, and this electrode potential is denoted by capital E. And how this electrode potential can be measured, and what is the basic simple applications of this electrode potential, how you will calculate individually the electrode potential of both the beaker, both the half cell, and all these part we will discuss in the next video. So now we will learn the concept of the electrode potential. So I have told you what is electrode potential, and this electrode potential is basically denoted by capital E, and both the beaker having the separate electrode potential. So in my next video we will discuss how this electrode potential can be calculated.